Hello everyone. We're gonna look at this present-day ranks Harry Potter films and stuff like that featuring Bush. This will be very, very interesting.
Fellas, it's time for Harry Potter. Oh gosh, I'm so happy. Harry Potter is so much fun and I love everyone involved.
I hear you, Joe, and thanks for letting me fill in for Mr. Rogan. I hope he's doing okay. What happened to him again?
Mr. Rogan summoned Kushron for like the 4th time in 2 weeks. He's so zooted.
Boys, you gotta check this shit out. It's pretty funny. Rogan just sent me a video message. Check it out.
Hey, boys, look at Kushron. He can shrink. He's such a tiny dragon now, lol.
Mr. Rogan, in all my years, I've never seen someone smoke so many dragon blunts. Are you okay?
I'm so fine, man. I'm like in this shit foil, like my words are barley slurring it all. You know, like goddamn Kushron, you're so green, my guy. How did you get so green?
Rogan, you're my enemy always, but I have no clue what you just said. You should wish for me to heal you.
Especially how he says in most of these interviews with people.
How about I wish for you to shut the fuck up? Ha 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 ha. I am just joshing you, Kushron. You're a bro, for real, for real. Hey, you ever feel like we don't actually exist, but that we are all just I voices controlled by AI TOB? Like that's so weird, bro.
God damn, this dude is tripping out for real, for real.
Well, it certainly sounds like Mr. Rogan.
Just like my TikTok video when they said, "Oh, look at your forearm. You might see a dot or brown dot on your hand." Oh, it's cool. I have no idea what it's called, but I said, "Oh, look at that. AI TOB made you." Oh, that's a load of bullshit. But anyways, we'll go back to the video.
Rogan is definitely out of commission.
I've never seen a more zooted alpha in my entire life. And I've seen many things, yes, indeed, many things. In fact, I think I've seen everything you could ever see ever. Anyway, what's the criteria for ranking Perry Hotter Barack?
It's pronounced Harry
Harry Potter? I've never heard that name before, but okay. New stinks to our dictionary, mate. Alright.
Potter Donald.
I know that, idiot. I'm just making memes. Now tell the audience the criteria. Don't be such a wet blanket.
The criteria is simple, gentlemen, like it usually is. We will be ranking the movies on a scale of enjoyment. I don't mind if you bring the books up as long as we all recognize that the movies are what we are ranking, not the books. We all know the books are better, so no reason to throw hissing fit or anything if the movie isn't as good as the book. Is that cool with everyone?
Yeah, books are better in some ways, but then sometimes the actual movies can do a bit better difference in from the book as well. But it depends on what you like more, really. Actually, better than the books. Some of the books are better than movies. But, yeah.
Everyone?
Don't compare the movies to the books. I already know that rule is going to be broken pretty quickly.
Sounds good to me, Barry. I prefer the books, but each film brings something to the table to enjoy.
I'm surprised you can even read those books, Joe. Your retinas aren't what they used to be, blind Joe.
Shut it, Donnie. At least I know how to read books that aren't written by Dr. Seuss.
That's pretty funny. Well, Joe Biden does have dementia, so he basically probably sleep during halfway through the book, or even for the first 2 pages.
You illiterate bitch.
Jesus Christ, Barry, are they always like this?
George, watch our other videos. You have no idea. This shit is like 24/7s with them. Anyway, I'll start us off. Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone or Philosopher's Stone if you're fucking lame.
Alright, Philosopher's Stone or... yeah. Is easily in S tier. Easily. Hands down. Easily S tier. And besides, if you actually watch the first one, it actually gives you a plot twist for the other 7 movies through it. If you go into details for it, but yeah. Anyways, let's continue.
Was a great start. It had this childish charm of wonder and excitement, introducing us to our 3 main protagonists, Harry Potter, Ronald Weasley, and Hermione Granger, the Golden Trio. It's a great introduction into the wizarding world with highlights such as Harry making his fat-ass cousin Dudley fall into the snake pit at the zoo, Harry getting his wand, a giant troll that gets knocked out by Ron, and of course that awesome chess scene and finale. Overall, it's a great family movie. I'd give it a B tier.
B tier?
B tier? Are you fucking kidding me? That is bullshit. It's definitely an S tier. How can you make it a fucking B tier?
Tier is fair for sure. I think Severus Snape was a great red herring to throw off the audience. I won't lie, fellas, when I first watched the film, I genuinely thought that greasy prick was evil. Boy, was I surprised when it turned out that Quirrell was the evil one. I mean, he had Voldemort living on the back of his head. What a sick freak. Harry turned that bitch to ash. It was so hardcore. Oh, and we can't forget that wicked Quidditch scene.
Quidditch was awesome, and seeing Harry catch the snitch was very exciting. My only problems with the film really boil down to the third floor itself. It's a bit confusing, like I know that giant three-headed dog was guarding the entrance, but like, does it ever go away?
Actually, yes, it does. After the second movie, it does go away.
Where exactly did they fall?
And also, the Frothy, the two-headed dog, actually goes to what's his name? One of Ron's cousins that actually look after the dragons. He keeps in there for the meantime. Until I'm not sure about, but that's all I know.
To the second floor? Or is there just an entire catacomb of bullshit constantly under the third floor corridor?
Not only is the third floor not really explained, but like, why the fuck did Quirrell try to choke Harry with his bare hands? Like in the scene, he snaps his fingers and starts an entire fire surrounding the entire room. I mean, couldn't he have used magic to kill Harry? Why all the physicality nonsense? This movie is C tier for me.
Well, Joe and I think the movie...
Well, actually, he could. He only used the snapping thing of flame because he had Voldemort on the back of his head, even though Voldemort was only, what, 5%. Oh yeah, just say 5%. Yeah, 5% of him onto him because he stuck into his back of his head, stuff like that. But that doesn't. And besides, there's a lot. There was really, really, really good details in this Harry Potter, especially the chest, the Forbidden Forest, when Harry, Ron, Draco, I think it is. Yeah, got a Forbidden Forest, and then you see like a silhouette of Voldemort, even though it's not Voldemort, it's actually just a silhouette of him. And yeah, stuff like that, which gives you previews of what actually look like. You know, his last bashes in Harry's memory through Hagrid in the honey juice area. Before he met Professor Quill and stuff, after Hagrid told Harry about Ron was taking down his family after Peter Pettigrew gave him the details about it.
movie is B tier. What do you think, George?
I think B tier is fair. I can overlook the flaws because it had good set pieces and acting, especially when you consider the dangers of child actors. They can either be really good or really shit, and in this case, our trio knocked it out of the park. I give B tier. There are better movies in the series, but this was a great start.
B tier it is. Moving on to The Chamber of Secrets, I think it was also a B tier movie. Above the first one, the comedy...
I would give it an A tier. Probably an A tier. Yeah, I'll give it an A tier. Even though there were a lot of, actually no deaths in a film. It was only people who got tormented and all that kind of stuff. But that was through Benny Weasley, who was being possessed by the book, which had a curse onto it. What were made around about when he was 17 years old. After he did some stuff before talking to Professor Slughorn, before he told him about the 7 book quotes and stuff like that. Because he made a book before then. Anyways, and also he hired it as well. Yeah. Anyways, but I think it's an A tier. Plus the spider. What was his name? Aragon. Yeah, Aragon. He was actually pretty cool. Pretty cool. I don't like dark spiders, so it's pretty cool to see Aragon, especially the pet snake. Spider. Sorry, no, not snake. Spider. But Harry had when he was in Hogwarts for schools and stuff like that, especially when he got out of Hogwarts in his fourth year. Um, he missed one couple of turns out because he was suspended. That's why he can't stay back at school as a groundskeeper for yeah. Actually, no, he was groundskeeper before Dumbledore came over because he was groundskeeper when Professor Dippet was in charge. Just after his first what we call departure, or Dumbledore came on. Yeah. Anyways, it was pretty good movie. A lot of action, a lot of stuff into it. I don't want it. I don't get how people guys make it be. They watched it properly, they would understand.
Comedy was greatly improved. Gilderoy Lockhart was so vain that it was hilarious. There's a great deleted.
Yeah, talk about Glenn Lockhart. Glenn Lockhart is absolutely the worst character in the history of Harry Potter. I mean, I'd rather watch Professor Umbridge than Lockhart, honestly. At least she had more action and personality. Even though personality was kind of lame, it was still more and so better than what Lockhart had.
Scene of him quizzing his students. Jamie, can you? Oh shit! I forgot Rogan isn't here. I
bought a complete set of my books. Well done. Now, I thought we'd start today with a little quiz. You have 30 minutes. Start.
Tut. Hardly any of you remember that my favorite color is lilac.
What the fuck just happened? Who played that clip?
Maybe Jamie is actually a trickster god born of the underworld, using his ungodly magic of summoning clips to benefit us. Oh, mighty Jamie, if you can hear me, prove me right and play a clip of an outdated meme.
Holy fuck, I don't know who this Jamie is, but that's certainly a weird and vague power anyway. Continuing on, I think Chamber of Secrets was great. Lucius Malfoy and his little crotch spawn were perfectly cast. I know we saw Malfoy in the last movie, but in this one we get to see his father.
Yeah, I did see his father the first time here. And I'm pretty sure, I don't think it was, let me just think. I think it was this one or the second or the first one. Actually, it was this one when we first met the dragon at Hagrid's. No, actually, sorry, no. That was the first one. Never mind. No. Actually, sorry, that was the first one we met the dragon, which I forgot to mention. That's the first one in the Philosopher's Stone and all kind of things. That's why Harry, Weasley and Malfoy in the forest. Yeah, I forgot much of that. Sorry. Anyways, back onto the video.
And it all makes total sense on why that bitch turned out the way he did. The basilisk was a really awesome creature, and Tom Riddle's diary possessing the young Ginny Weasley was pretty horrific, forcing her to write blood on the wall and shit. Great film. And I'd argue it's actually the last child-friendly Harry Potter movie. It only gets darker and more depressing from here.
Chamber of Secrets is B tier. Now let's move on, because George, you're right. Indeed, it does get more depressing from here, especially with Prisoner of Azkaban. I already know the normie response I'm about to get, so let's hear it, fellas. What do you rank this film?
Solid S tier.
I agree, S tier.
It's one of the best movies in the series.
Yep, I agree. S tier. Definitely S tier. Especially when we first get the mention of the mentors in the Express train. I'm just gonna call that. It was Express train. And then you see Professor Lupin sleeping, just like Joe Biden movie has to reach the mentor. No, well, never mind. You know what I mean. But yeah, that was pretty cool. Yeah, that was fun. And at the we found out Professor Lupin was a werewolf. When Professor Snape was studying it and told him to go to page 394 in the book without turning a werewolf, because they're supposed to have a quiz match, which got cancelled because that's also that quiz match was actually rain. It was raining, and the match was there, stationed on the ground because I thought Dumbledore said so because they were trying to find Sirius Black, was the godfather of Harry Potter, but he didn't know that until the end of the movie. Yeah. And then finding out that Professor Lupin and Peter Pettigrew and Sirius Black were all friends at one point, which we until the end. But yeah, Professor Snape wasn't that great, but he was not friends with them. He was actually getting. Yeah. Anyways, let's continue.
Donald, it's obviously S tier.
Exactly what I thought. You fucking normies make me sick. This movie is C tier.
Avada Kedavra, Crucio, call me Sirius Black and call Donald Peter Pettigrew because I want to end his entire fucking existence.
Jesus, Donald, you really think it belongs in C tier? It's a great film. What's wrong with it?
I'm glad you asked, Mr. Let's Invade Iraq. Fellas, this movie series is about magic and saving the wizarding world. Why on God's green earth did J.K. Rowling add fucking time travel into the mix? You know how I feel about fucking time travel? The first...
Who gives a shit about time travel? It works in the movie. Plus, it saved a lot of plots in the actual movie, especially saving Buckbeak, who thought like he got chopped by the... I don't know what you call them. I'm going to call it executioners. Anyways, Hermione actually going through classes later, but she's a genius. Yeah. Anyways, but yeah, it's actually very good. And also same with Sirius Black, which actually helps Harry in the long run, and stuff like that. I don't talk about, well, not really, but yeah, you know what I mean. Yeah, let's continue. We have to say Donald.
3/4 of this movie is great, but god damn it, they pissed me off so fucking much. The time travel in this film makes no goddamn sense. I already know one of the Potterheads are going to furiously type away to explain to me why it does make sense, but guess what? Wrong. That's all I have to say, it's wrong. You already have magic. Why can't we just stick to magic? I mean, for fuck's sake, even Rowling herself thought it was bullshit. That's why she got rid of them and never mentioned them ever again, because it's a stupid plot device. The movie is S tier up until the time turner fuckery. Overall, I give it a C tier. That's how bad I think it is.
Well, goddamn, Donald, I knew you didn't like time travel, but I mean, a bunch of random events are shown throughout the final ending, hinting at something else going on, and they have my knee constantly appearing out of nowhere to hint at the fact. So it's not like it's not established. Add on to that all the good things in the movie, like the Dementors and the reveal that Sirius Black is Harry's godfather, and you got yourself a great film. Oh, and Buckbeak is awesome. Can't forget the Hippogriff.
Oh yeah, Barack?
Yep.
What about Peter Pettigrew? Fred and George had the Marauders map even before the third film. You're telling...
Oh yeah, well, yeah, they did have that before the third film. They had the first year actually, the Marauders map, and also I liked how they showed a sneak peek of Newt Scamander in that bit. Fred and George showed Harry the Marauders map in the staircase at. Pretty cool.
Telling me they saw their brother sleeping with a man named Peter Pettigrew for over a year at the very least and never said anything? It was a good reveal, but there are glaring flaws in this film you're all ignoring.
Okay, Donald, I'll give you that. That kind of is a bit of a plot hole, but still, the movie isn't C tier. I'd give it an A tier at the very least.
I guess I can be content with A tier, but I swear, Donald, I will mess you up, bitch. Avada Kedavra.
Here's a spell for you fuckheads, swish and flick and eat a fucking dick.
I didn't expect so much heat from the third film. Anyway, I'm putting it in A tier. Now let's move on to Goblet of Fire. This is a mixed bag for me. The reason being that this film shits all over the source material like it's...
Goblet of Fire is a very, very, very interesting take. Especially when Harry gets into the tournament because what's his fucking name? Oh, I forgot his name. Hang on, think. Mana Moody. Yeah, Mana Moody puts it in. Even it wasn't Mana Moody, it's actually Buddy Crouch Jr. He that was looking like yeah. But anyways, which was very, very intriguing, to say the least. Yes, but I didn't mind the actual challenges, especially when facing the dragon. When you had to get a golden egg, then you had to put it into water and find the clues and all that kind of stuff. Then you have to go to the next one, which was C1, risking one person and having risking two. That gave him extra points to make him go to second place. And then the maze. I think it was pretty cool. Maze. Yeah, even though the maze was actually built by Dumbledore and Hagrid, actually. If don't you catch you log up. Anyways, but yeah, which was fun. I didn't mind it. It was pretty good. I've put it near A or B. Wasn't the best, but it was pretty good. They put like is second degree dying, because that was kind of bad, especially because he was actually gonna play in the Twilight afterwards. That's why he couldn't play the rest of Harry Potter movies, because he was only contracted for that one series. Even if he was contracted for more of that, it would have been a lot more better. But who knows? Yeah, I'll go with A or B. Not C or not D, just A or B. What else? Yeah, one is free. I'm fine, I'll play. Let's continue.
It's pretty bad. They ignore a lot of plot points from the book. And Dumbledore is written so poorly, Dumbledore acts nothing as he does in the book. In the book...
Yes, actually, that's true. He actually adds aggression to the book when the book says, put your name in the gobify, Harry. Now, it's supposed to speak calmly, but he's like, should you put your name in the gobify?
Book, he's always calm and collective, but in the movie, he's just a cranky old man. And he basically assaults Harry. I mean, look at this page from the book. Notice how it says the word calmly. Now look what they do in the film. Jamie, play the Dumbledore meme, please.
Harry Potter!
Everything is a conspiracy. Everything is a conspiracy theory. I protest.
Harry!
I protest.
Harry, did you put your name in the goblet of fire?
No, sir.
You asked one of the oldest students to do it for you?
No, sir.
You're absolutely sure?
Yeah, this movie's pacing is kind of dog shit.
Yeah, that was kind of bad. Yeah, he didn't. The director of that, well, not director. Fuck, I forgot his name. The one who played that second person. I forgot. Who cares? Whoever it was, yeah. I wish Wait, no, Richard Harris was the one who played the first one, wasn't he? I think it was. Yeah, it was. Yeah, I wish he was still alive and still alive to make those other movies. That would be so much better. Because Richard Harris was very good. I loved him. Such a great actor. Such a great actor. Those two movies. Anyways, let's go back to the movies. Yeah.
Not gonna lie, it has some high points though. I think the performance by Jeff Rawle, aka Amos Diggory, when Cedric is brought back dead is absolutely heartbreaking. I know a lot of people have differing opinions on this scene, but it makes this old man cry every time. Sniffle, sniffle. Jamie, oh Lord from the beyond, play the tragic cries of Amos Diggory.
Let me through! Let me through! That's my son! That's my boy! My boy! No!
For one reason, after I saw that part there where he was doing that, I feel like it looked like a very similar thing to the one at Star Wars when where is it, Luke was. No, because when Darth Vader was talking to him about that or something like that. Other. Well, similar to, well, not really similar, but you know what I mean. If you know, you know.
All right, I got you. I got you.
That is the saddest scene in the entire film, and the return of Voldemort was handled well. But look at the absolutely insane dragon sequence. I mean, for fuck's sake, in the book, the entire thing takes place in the arena. You really think the teachers in Hogwarts are just going to let a dragon fly around the school? Absolutely not. Not to mention those goofy-ass haircuts. I mean, goddamn, Harry and Ron look like a couple of dummies. For real, this movie is C tier.
I agree, this film is C tier.
Yeah,
I like the casting choices for Mad-Eye Moody and, of course, Barty Crouch Jr. But the movie is just so much different from the book, it just kind of throws it all off for me. Do you fellas mind if I talk about Order of the Phoenix?
Go for it, George. Let's hear what you have to say.
Thanks, Barry.
S? Really? I'll put that C tier. Really? C tier. Oh. I know they will make a plan to make the Dumbledore army stuff like that with Harry and Hermione and Ron making the Great Knight kind of stuff, and then them using the Room of Requirements to make special things, even though Umbridge finally figured out at the end. I didn't mind. Oh, excuse me. I didn't mind Fred and George making a dragon from fireworks. That was pretty cool. I didn't mind that. I was sick though. But most of the other thing was actually kind of boring because there wasn't any spells or actions at all. Besides the Room requirement and the end. The end was probably better at all, but the majority of the movie was actually crap. To be honest with you. Especially Dumbledore not being there, him trying to look for clues and all that kind of stuff, measuring magic, trying to take away Dumbledore's thing because they don't believe that Voldemort isn't back, all that kind of stuff, blah 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 blah. But yeah, it's definitely not an S tier. Yeah, let's continue. Let's see what these idiots have to say.
I think Order of the Phoenix is S tier. I think it's the best movie in the series. Considering the fifth book is the longest, I think it's extremely impressive they managed to fit as much as they did in that 2-hour runtime. They perfectly captured Harry going through his struggles with Voldemort returning, and I think they handled that stupid bitch Umbridge perfectly. I love Imelda Staunton. She looks like a wonderful lady, and she's a phenomenal actress. She played Umbridge so well. She portrayed that evil toad perfectly, so perfectly, in fact, that whenever I saw her on screen, I just wanted to pick up the nearest shovel and bash her over the head until she stopped moving.
I agree, George, that bitch can catch a shovel to the face. She used medieval torture methods. What a deranged bitch. This movie also has some of the most wholesome moments of the whole series. Harry reunited with Sirius Black was so wholesome, and it builds up the audience's emotions so that at the end, when that crazy lunatic Bellatrix kills Sirius, the impact is absolutely heartbreaking.
The death of Sirius Black was very sad. He was definitely the coolest character. Gary Oldman is an absolute treasure. And
I actually wish that his series never died and actually stayed with Harry through his time until the series got old or whatever it is. But you know, I wish that happened. But yeah.
Needs to be protected at all costs. I also like what they did with Snape, showing the audience that he indeed had reasons for disliking Potter. That scene where Harry uses Protego and accidentally goes inside Snape's mind was so goddamn good. That look of fear on Harry's face when Snape grabbed...
Oh yeah, Protego does go to look through the memories and try to get... Because that's why Voldemort was the one in Harry's mind, stuff like that, because that's what Voldemort used to do back in his heyday and stuff like that, manipulating people's mind to get them some secrets, this kind of stuff. That's why they use jealousy. What do you call it? You know, to get to or well at his head. But Dumbledore actually knew that Harry wouldn't do it because Harry didn't have with him mind actually learning it properly. Actually, kind of worked because if your mind is good, if they can't, and then yeah. All right, let's continue.
Grabs him is priceless. The kid looks like he's going to shit himself.
Oh, and who can forget how much of an absolute pimp Dumbledore is? When Harry is caught training Dumbledore's army in the Room of Requirement, that limp dick Minister Fudge comes to arrest him and he just fucking bails. He's all like, oh shit, bro, you thought I was going to Azkaban, Lowell suck on these wrinkly nuts, and then just vanishes.
Oh yeah, I love that part. I love that part. Yeah, when Dumbledore goes, I just hate a little snack. What is illusion? Oh. Oh, for what's saying? Oh, wait. It says, snack. Yeah, he says, Azkaban, and he's whipped his hand in the air. Fox comes out, goes here, makes it disappearing. All of them go falling down. And then Shacklebolt says, oof, you may not like it, mister, but you can't deny it. Dumbledore's got some style. All that kind of stuff, which is pretty cool. That was funny. That was actually more funny. Yeah.
Jamie used the power of your bloodline to call forth that awesome scene.
Patch and owl to the Daily Prophet. If we hurry, we should still make the morning edition. Dorish,
This part was the best.
Shacklebolt, you will escort Dumbledore to Azkaban.
I thought we might hit this little snag. You seem to be laboring under the delusion that I'm going to... What was the phrase? Come quietly. Well, I can tell you this. I have no intention of going to Azkaban.
Dumbledore is an absolute pimp for that scene. This movie is S tier. I wish we got more fights like the one at the end of this film where Dumbledore faces off against Voldemort. That's how all magical duels should be. Just two titans and their crafts.
Okay, that was actually a pretty good fight. I would... wait, I said... Where's I kind of see a B or C tier before, didn't I? Yeah, actually, I changed the line. I actually want to make this go to an S tier as well. Just sitting on what I heard. Heard. Rest of the fights and all that kind of stuff, that pimping, which I totally forgot about that Dumbledore part until they mentioned it, which was pretty sick. I actually really enjoyed it. The only thing I didn't like was the Dolores Umbridge part. And actually the actor played the part pretty well. But anyways, yeah. Actually, I don't mind S.Y. now.
Magic at each other. Fantastic movie. Thank you for reminding me how awesome this film was. George, I vote S tier.
I agree on S tier. It's a fantastic movie, but now we must unfortunately talk about Half-Blood Prince. Great.
Give that B tier.
Book, but the movie is just so goddamn boring. I mean, the last 30 or so minutes were great, and it had the occasional moment of suspense.
Yeah, actually, the first 3 minutes were great. The other rest were kind of boring. The part that I love was Dumbledore and Harry in the cage, which was from Voldemort's memory, when Dumbledore met him at a preschool, where it was, stuff like that, with 7 rocks, and the picture in the background. That's where they went to. Oh yeah, and also Dumbledore using a flame that looked like a tornado thing. That was pretty sick. That was very cool. I like that. But yeah.
Suspense, like when Harry and Dumbledore were looking through Slughorn's memories. But Jesus Christ, fellas, this might be the most tone-deaf movie in the entire franchise. For example, Ron is put under a love potion, given an antidote, given a drink, gets fucking poisoned. Harry saves him at the last minute, and he just decides to crack a joke. Like, what the fuck so tone-deaf? Not to mention the horrifically awkward romance. Like, I know they're teenagers, but gosh, that scene where Ginny ties Harry's shoes makes me cringe.
Yep.
The attack on the burrow was dumb. It didn't happen in the book. It was just a shoehorned action scene. I give this crap D tier.
Yeah, it really is a shame they did this movie dirty, though I have to give credit to Daniel Radcliffe's acting chops. That scene where he drinks the love potion is pretty funny. He just looks like he did a huge rip of cocaine and just whizzes his way into getting Slughorn's memory. Not to mention the most iconic scene in all of Harry Potter, Snape killing Dumbledore. I mean, by golly, fellas, when I first read that shit, I was so sad and appalled. I think Snape became the most hated character overnight. I gotta give Rowling credit for this setup. She fooled an entire generation of kids with the revelation in the Deathly Hallows that the whole thing was a plan set up by Snape and Dumbledore. Jamie, I don't know who you are, but please show the audience one of the most shocking death scenes in all of fantasy cinema.
Please. Avada Kedavra.
God, what an iconic scene. This was probably the most perfect scene in this film, but again, it still doesn't make the film.
I would say I'd rather call that a delusional scene in this film.
I mean, they took out the battle of the astronomy tower and instead gave us Bellatrix smashing up the Great Hall. What a dumb decision. Don't get me wrong, I love Helena Bonham Carter. Yes, indeed, she can. Joseph on my R. Until I produce a Biden blast, she's amazing. But overall, the movie was just really meh, though I wouldn't say it's a D tier. Tom Felton, Daniel Radcliffe, Alan Rickman all carried this film. I give it C tier.
You already know Bellatrix is an absolute freak in the streets, but she's also a freak in the sheets on God. And I agree with Joe, the movie was C tier for me.
You simps are giving this movie way too much fucking credit. It really wasn't that good.
I have to agree with the carrot, fellas. This movie is D tier. There's just not enough in it for me to rank it higher. Iconic moments for sure, but the movie as a whole was just not very good.
George, I can't wait to rip you apart in the Ninja Storm 4 tournament. Remember this moment? You just gave me extra motivation to beat your Patriot Act looking ass.
Shut the fuck up, Joe. Your performance against me is going to be worse than how you left Afghanistan.
That's Rich Jr. I wonder who got us involved with Afghanistan. Anyone got any ideas, Barry? Donald, was it one of you? Oh, wait, no, it wasn't. It was you, George. By the time I'm done with you, your name is going to be George L., because I'm taking that W, bitch.
Well, color me surprised, Joe. That was actually kind of based anyway. Can we put Deathly Hallows Part 1 in B tier? It was all right, just kind of boring. But it had its moments. Ron destroying the Horcrux, the gang breaking out of Malfoy Manor, and the death of Dobby was super sad and tragic.
That was sad.
Even if I firmly believe house elves don't make any sense.
Especially I forgot his name is, from the sword straight through the thing and it hit Dobby just before it vanished to another place, which is kind of sad.
Sense at all. Like how the fuck are elves enslaved in this universe when they can just snap their fingers and vanish? I don't know, maybe it's some sort of magical contract or some shit. But yeah, I'd give Part 1 B tier and Part 2 I'd give A tier. It was a pretty solid ending. Everyone's death was really sad. We lost Lupin, we lost Tonks, we lost Snape, we lost Fred, and many others. So sad. Harry Potter was a great series, a wonderful series. I think I watch at least 2 Harry Potter movies every year. They're all great films. What do you say, fellas? Do you agree with Big Donnie?
You know what, Donald? I do agree B tier for Part 1 makes sense. The whole movie was basically set up for the finale, and the finale itself, while not perfect, did a great job of wrapping up the series. And Snape's death scene in particular was absolutely brutal. Not to mention the amazing acting of the late Alan Rickman, never forgotten. I'd argue Alan Rickman is like top 20 actors to ever act. Obviously, I'm hella biased, but the man was a genius. Jamie hit us up with the most brutal death scene in all of Harry Potter.
My lord.
Also, one of the things I love in here with Alan Rickman, especially the part when he looked at Harry and says, "Have your mother's eyes." I love that part. That was actually very, very, very wonderful because of his lots of love for Lily Potter and all that kind of stuff, especially during his childhood and that kind of things. That was nice. Very, very nice.
Fellas, I'm sorry, but I'm an absolute sap. I got to put Deathly Hallows Part 2 into S tier. I know I might be a bit dramatic, but when we saw Snape's memories, it genuinely moved me. Snape loved...
Actually, that was actually that's pretty true. The memories were actually pretty good. I actually enjoy it, especially some of his past history and stuff like that with Lily and all kind of stuff, and then him telling Dumbledore to put the Potters in a safe place because the prophecy having a baby that could take up the Dark Lord Voldemort, and then Peter Pettigrew in telling the Potters, telling Voldemort where the Potters were located, all that kind of stuff, and then Snape was protecting Harry for the whole time, which none of us knew until we found out into of that. Especially stop the ball and the ball in the second movie, Chamber of Secrets, and then doing a Patronus spell to show Harry where the Gryffindor sword was in the lake, and then and then Dumbledore and Snape with a plot twist to make Dumbledore kill himself because he was dying because of the curse that Dumbledore had when he went to get the ring from Voldemort's mother, which had a curse into it, but also had the resurrection stone into it. Right, pretty good. Yeah.
Loved Harry's mom, and he did everything in his power to thwart Voldemort at every turn. His good deeds certainly don't justify how horrible he was to others such as Harry himself. But come on, when you see this scene, it sends shivers down your spine, Jamie. I need you to make the audience cry.
Don't tell me now that you've grown to care for the boy. Lily, after all this time.
This was great, fellas.
That was great, actually. That was really great.
Sniffle, but I gotta go now. Sniffle, my allergies. Sniffle, yeah, exactly. My allergies. I'm not crying or anything. Sniffle, I just need tissues.
Melania, please hold me. The greatest tears in existence are flowing.
The absolute saddest of Obama noises.
Remember, my dear viewers, that happiness can be found even in the darkest of times if one only remembers to turn on the light. Thank you for watching. Look forward to me stomping Bush in Ninja Storm 4, but for now I must go in grief. We love you all, always. I must say, though, the way New York looks like a pelican on a map.
We don't need about pelican. You know, like a pelican on a map. Actually, it's kind of right though. But anyways, yeah, yeah, that was pretty good. I disagree with some of them, but then I agree with some of them. But yeah, that was good. That was a good view. Thank you. I did as well, and I hope you like and subscribe to the video. Alright, thank you very much. Guys, another video. Alright, bye.